Hello guys, how are you been doing? And it's good to see you. So today's video, I want to show you this Mighty Mike Bounces Back book. If you didn't watch the video, if you could watch it, it will be in the description below. It's the book, A Boy with Epilepsy. That's right, Mighty Mike had epilepsy in his childhood, and not right now, but he did have epilepsy in his life. Like, that's hard for him. So he teaches half of a special kid and half of a normal kid. It's by Mike Simmel and Robert Skeed. It's about his life with epilepsy and how hard was it for him to go through this. And it's about his basketball story too, and it's recommended for 8 and 13 up. 8 years old and 13 and up. And this is a good story for kids. We should read it. It's a pretty exciting book. I tried to do a live stream because I could just swap the camera through and record, but it didn't work, so I'm just doing a regular video. I'm gonna see you in 1 second. Guys, you cannot see my face, but are you ready to read this book? Mighty Mike Bounces Back, A Boy Life with Epilepsy. I got this on last day. It was a warming gift that he gave us. You could still order it online. Yeah, definitely. Well, this is the book title, and you can just search it up. You could buy it through Amazon. Let's start. Mighty Mike Bounces Back. Oops, I have to move my pencil. Blah, blah, blah. Information. Mighty Mike Bounces Back, A Boy's Life with Epilepsy by Robert Skeed and Mike Simmel. So I want to read 2 chapters, or only 1 chapter in this video, and the next part will be 2 chapters because I don't want to spoil the whole story. Some of you might want to read it on your own. It'll be more fun. Chapter 1 is Can't Hop. That wasn't fair to him. This was copyrighted 2012, but it was published 2011. Tables of content. Prologue. Mighty Mike took the pass from his teammate and raced the ball to the hoop. Within seconds, his defender guarded him tightly. Mike faked right, spun as he dribbled between his legs, and left his defender in his wake. Suddenly, another guard covered him like a glove. Mike had always dreamed about a moment like this. He glanced up at the scoreboard. It was 4th quarter of the game. His team was down by 1 point. The clock counted. 10, 9, 8. Mike froze for a moment. He knew his parents were watching him from the stands, and at the moment, Mike felt as if he and his parents shared one mind. They all knew it had been a long, hard journey for Mike to get. He could see it right. I'm lost to get where he was right now, a star on his town's travel basketball team. Along the way, the pint-sized sharpshooter had earned a new nickname, Mighty Mike, a name that reflected his courage and determination more than his physical strength. Mike also knew that his doctor was in the stand watching. Mike's journey had gifted him with so many people who cared for and helped him. But best of all was the fact that he knew his parents, teammate, coach, counselor, and doctor were all thinking the same thing. You've come a long way, dude, he thought to himself. Mike waited as his teammate picked his defender. He dribbled by him and dished the ball to another teammate, who cut to the hoop. Seconds later, the ball was flicked back into Mike's hand. He stopped and froze. 3, 2, the crowd shouted. Hey, chapter 1. This is the real actual chapter. Can't hop. 8 years earlier, Mike watched his friends as they rode their bikes up and down the block. The scrawny boy with short pants brushed the hair out of his face. Each time the boy drove by, tears welled up in his dark brown eye. Soon the boy had jumped off their bikes and started a game of tag. They ran like crazed monkeys away from Vinny, another 6-year-old boy with a nest full of unkempt red hair. Vinny wore jeans with a hole in the knee and a New York Yankees t-shirt. Mike studied one of these boys, who was hopping backwards, trying to keep Vinny from tagging him. From where he stood across the street, Mike tried to copy the hop, but he fell to the ground. "I can't do anything," called Mike to his mom. He picked himself up, bent his knees, and launched himself forward this time. Again, he tumbled hard to the ground. "See? I can't do it." Across the street, Vinny saw Mike fall on the grass and laughed. His laughter rippled through the air and went straight to Mike's heart. Vinny had been one of Mike's friends, but he never seemed to ask to play with Mike anymore. "Mike can't ride a bike," said Vinny to one of the other boys, just loudly enough that Mike could hear them. Mike peered across the street and saw the boys staring at him. He turned his head quickly so that they couldn't see a tear run down his cheek. He jogged inside. Mike's mom sighed. She had a thin nose and short black hair with blonde highlights. So Mike's mom worked in the basketball. She gives us water. I just want to tell you that I know I saw Mike's mom. She's there to support us, and Mike also. Yep, they're real people that I know. So what do you want to know about the story? What are you learning about him? Because this book is getting more interesting. She had a thin nose, and she threw a look to the boys across the street, letting them know she wasn't happy, and then followed Mike into the paneled house. She found Mike on the living room couch with his head stuck under a pillow. He looked like a short ostrich with his head in the ground and his hind knee in the air. She sat down beside him. "I know you're frustrated," she said, "but you're developing at a different pace because of your epilepsy. You'll be able to ride a bike and do lots of other things someday." Mike hated the word epilepsy. Epilepsy is a physical disability and a result of a seizure disorder. A seizure is when someone's brain starts doing abnormal. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just gonna try my best. Abnormal things that, among other things, can cause the person to lose concentration. Some people with epilepsy will stare into space. Some fall to the ground like rag dolls, and some could fall down and shake. When he was young, Mike often had a kind of seizure that made him fall to the ground, and he couldn't control it. Seizure can happen anytime, and in most cases, without warning. Seizure and epilepsy aren't contagious like a cold or a flu. For people who has epilepsy, seizures are a part of life. Mike had his first seizure at age 2. It happened while he was eating an English muffin in the kitchen. His body went limp like cooked spaghetti. He fell off a stool and he hit the floor hard. Because nothing like this ever happened to Mike before, his mom did the right thing and called 911 immediately. When the emergency medical technicians arrived at his house and looked at his eye, they knew Mike had experienced a seizure. The next day, Mike's parents took him to the doctor, where they all learned about epilepsy. The same day, Mike had more seizures. They happened every day. The seizures scared Mike. They would come at any time. Whether he was at home or in a public place like a store, then he experienced them several times a day. Each time the seizure would cause him to suddenly black out and drop into the ground. Mike's mom gently moved the pillow that Mike was hiding under and stroked his black hair. "It's all right, honey." Mike enjoyed his mom's gentle caress. He remembered how the doctor told him that seizures are like lighting bolts off his brain. He was tired of feeling afraid of when the next one might happen. "Why this have to happen to me?" he thought. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna read this subtype today. I'm gonna be posting a separate part. Probably, yeah. So I'm so glad. So I guess that is chapter 1. I read a whole chapter. Spoke a lot, and Mike's. It wasn't fair to Mike that he had epilepsy, so we learned a little bit of his life. So he did have a disability. Well, not a full disability, a kind of a disability, and a disorder. He was super upset, but yeah, he was unlucky, and his parents tried to help him feel better about what happened, and the seizure wasn't really fun for him to have a disorder like the other people could have fun, but he just goes out there and just don't give up. So we learned about his life, and that's why he does teaches one of the special special kids to be cool and good. So I'll see you during chapter 2, and I'm excited to read about the story with you guys. Only one more chapter because I want you to read it on your own, and you probably want to read it on your own. So I'll see you guys in New Year's Eve. I'm gonna be filming. See ya. Like and subscribe. Bye.